privilege and honor to lead this unique ceremony, planned in collaboration with these two beautiful people. And you know, I'm going to invite you to sit down in a moment, okay? But before you do, I want you to look around this gorgeous space, take it all on board. We're going to freeze time, literally freeze time for a moment. And you see all these lovely people here with you who are really here rooting for you, want the very, very best for you, as I do too. And you guys want for yourselves. So just freeze time for a moment. And when you're ready, I invite you to sit down. You're welcome.
You here for now?
Now, would you like me to put the flowers on the table? So maybe I get you. I know it's okay. Here today, 15th of May. It's been a long time coming. You can now publicly proclaim your love to the world, and as you share a deep commitment and a sacred trust, you've given each other the most precious gift of love. Treasure it, nurture it, and always encourage it. As we celebrate with you this wondrous occurrence which is taking place in your lives. Remember, you are each other's best friend, and together for each other always. You know, marriage is all about being in love, but staying in love. In marriage, it's the little things that are the big things. It's about trusting, giving, and being willing to change. It means always having someone to talk to laugh with, and to confide in. It has never been too old to hold hands. We're there, I'm good, we're good on that. It is remembering to say, I love you at least 100 times a day. And I was reliably told that that was happening. So we're good to go on that one as well. It has always been respectful of the other person and never taking them for granted. Not only marrying the right partner, it's actually being the right partner. Ask not what your marriage can do for you, but what you can do for your marriage. You know, sometimes it's the simplest things in life, such as a smile, a hug, a kiss, holding hands. These are priceless treasures. Embrace the simple things in life for yourselves and allow the delightfulness of each day be a fulfillment to your dreams. Now, without further ado, we're going to light a memory candle, a remembrance candle, and I'm going to invite Eamon and TJ forward to help me with this when you're ready. Okay, we're coming over. Sorry, a little bit of an obstacle course here. So we're coming both sides, one of you each side of the table. This is all about, for all those who are with us in spirit. Helen, we're remembering Georgina, your mum. Aidan. Helen, we're remembering Georgina, your mom. Aidan, we're remembering your mom and dad. Tom and Kitty. No. Oh, you've admit?
Yes. We had a schedule.
I was good. You guys are quick. That's very good. Thank you. We're remembering Eamon's sister, Sarah Jane, and knowing that they are all loved and they are all missed, and knowing that they are forever in our hearts. The day God called you home, you left us peaceful memories. Your love is still our guide. And though we cannot see you, you are always by our side. And I have lovely little beads. Lovely little pieces here. This one, the second one as well. They're beautiful. They're lovely pieces. Thank you for doing such a good job on the lighting, the candle. Did it when I did good. William Shakespeare, he wrote a piece in his play called As You Like It. Just paid it. And he describes the stages of love in a way that serves as a tribute to the significance of each step on the way to marriage. And it goes a little like this. No sooner met, but they looked. No sooner looked, but they loved. No sooner loved, but they sighed. And no sooner sighed, but they asked one another the reason. No sooner knew the reason, but they sought the remedy. And in these degrees, they have made a pair of stairs to marriage. Now, every couple's stairway to marriage looks a little different. Some long, some short, some easy and some steep, some made of crystal and some made with tacks and splinters. But no matter the condition, you reach landings and you keep climbing, but you keep climbing together. May you enjoy a lifetime of building your stairs, sturdier with trust, higher with love, and beautiful with experience. And I'm going to invite, I have family candles here. A couple don't know about this, but this is happening. I have family candles here on the table, and I'm going to invite TJ and Eamon, Siobhan, Dylan, and Martin to come forward to light the family candles before we light the unity candles. So if you'd like to come forward, that would be great. So, 1, 2, 3. I like to get the candle. Okay. You're going to light that. Thank you. You should have ladies first. Sorry, Siobhan. Thank you. So when you've lit, I'll invite you to sit down. Okay. You got the center candle. Yeah. Go there. Thank you. I think this is lovely because I mean, this is a family affair. Even though it's Aidan and Helen's wedding, this is a family affair. And I always feel it's very important to involve everybody. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you. Now that everybody is nicely seated again, there's lots of exercise when you do a wedding ceremony, or when you come to a wedding ceremony, especially when it's a nice, lovely, intimate group like this. We're now going to light the unity candles. And this is all about your individual selves. The 2 side candles are lit now at this stage, and then you light your wedding candle later on in the ceremony. So I'm going to invite Dylan, oh, I'm sorry, Martin, Dylan and Kim forward to help me light these candles. And this is all about your individual selves. And as they light the candles, they each honor the unique and special qualities that each of you actually have. And this is who you are. This is all about being who you are. And as the flames of each candle rise upwards, they signify the light passed to each of you by your families. So I'm going to invite Dylan and Kim forward, please. And we're coming to the back at the table. Yeah, we find them. That's lovely. Sometimes it's just ignorant. That's perfect. Thank you. Today is the 15th of May. I have a little story to tell, folks. So we are in a country estate in County Carlow. It's an enchanting day to tell a story. We're here. We did have rain earlier, but when we have rain, that's a great sign of abundance on your wedding day. I don't know if you know that. It's true. Family and friends, thank you for being here as we celebrate the love Aidan has for Helen and the love Helen has for Aidan. And you know, when two individuals meet, so do two private worlds. And none of our private worlds are big enough for us to live a wholesome life in. We need the wider world of joy and wonder, of purpose, venture, fun, and joy. Helen Elizabeth Carr and Mr. Aidan Oliver Kenny. I have to be very proper on this. They met one day when, lo and behold, Helen, before your very eyes, you spotted strolling in your direction, sporting jeans and a t-shirt, the amazing, the handsome Mr. Aidan Kenny. And magic was being sprinkled. Following much, I'm a bit of a storyteller, folks. Magic was being sprinkled. That part is very true. And following much chat, you clicked. You felt really comfortable together, and a wonderful, strong connection was in motion. You actually felt as if you'd begun a conversation that would last a lifetime. And from the song A Thousand Years, which we all know, I quote, "The day we met, frozen, I held my breath. Right from the very start, I knew I had found a home for my heart." Aidan says he realized very quickly that this girl is incredible. And thus begins this amazing and beautiful fairy tale. Now, this true love it's indescribable. It's often difficult to put into words. Your love is a feeling of a heady combination of maybe everything seems at peace, being home, feeling happy. It's a feeling of intense happiness, actually, with butterflies and honesty and genuine caring and contentment. Am I close? That when you know, you know. And since then, your true love has grown and sharing so many wonderful times, romantic times, adventures, lots of walks, great food, fun times, extra special times, and everything becoming easier together and always with bundles of laughter. When you know, you know. Isn't it true, ladies and gentlemen? Aidan, you know you inspire the beautiful Helen in your sophisticated, calm, elegant, and thoughtful way. Helen loves how you make her laugh at the drop of a hat in the only way that you know how. She totally loves how kind and thoughtful you are and how you always live in the moment. Aidan describes you as being utterly gorgeous, unique, brave, creative, loving, supportive, spontaneous, thoughtful, positive, and very beautiful. That sums it up, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. He promises to constantly keep you happy, safe, and contented. Aidan says his special place is beside you. You are the one. And he also adds, ladies and gentlemen, that Helen is pure magic in a way that makes you want to abracadabra words to describe her, because the ones that exist just don't quite do her the justice that she deserves. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Helen loves your capacity to see the good in everything and everyone. And you have a terrific, warm, and generous spirit. She loves your generous, romantic ways, Aidan. She loves and really appreciates how patient you are. And your smile just melts her heart. Helen, now, on the other hand, you inspire the handsome Aidan. You admire his wonderful, relaxed manner and his way of being so positive. He has a stunning passion for life, and you inspire Aidan to be the best version of himself. Helen says, Aidan, that you are caring, generous, loving, loyal, dependable, gentle. Will I keep going, ladies and gentlemen? Gentle, kind, sensitive, interesting, and yes, totally amazing. He also says, ladies and gentlemen, that he learned way early on that Helen is always right and that she's a genius. When you find that person that lifts you up and makes you a better person, keeps you grounded, and makes you feel like nothing's impossible, treasure that forever. The world is full of so many possibilities and things to experience together. There's a lovely quote from Oscar Wilde, which is one of my favorites. And it goes like this: you don't love someone for their looks or their clothes or their fancy car, but because they sing a song that only you can hear. When you speak about the proposal, Aidan acknowledges, yeah, this was a big day. He hatched a plan and then decided on one particular day, this is the day, this is the time, and this is the moment. So taking a deep breath, he suddenly swoops around, hops down on one knee, good knee, I hope, and Aidan says some beautiful things to you, only things that you should hear. And then the question was asked. And ladies and gentlemen, Helen said, what? Stuck for words, which as we know is a rare, rare sight for our Helen, followed by copious tears, closely answered with, yes, yes, yes. Helen said yes. It was amazing, so special, romantic, honest. It was a magical personal moment for you. And Kevin, where's Kevin? He's not, he didn't make it, but Kevin was there, wasn't he? So he witnessed this all together. I think it's fair to say, ladies and gentlemen, that we actually have a genuine romantic in our midst. I love it. Your dream is always to put you both first and enjoying the fun, and especially here today at the Woodford Dolman, 15th of May in County Carlow. And adding to your special thoughts and special events and adding today to your special events and places. And in the words of Jennifer Warnes, love lifts us up where we belong, where the eagles cry on a mountain high. Love lifts us up. Your complete devotion to each other allows you a great understanding, and being able to talk through life's swings and roundabouts is a beautiful gift. You're both life partners, relationship partners, parenting partners, fun partners, travel partners. That's when we're allowed to travel again, folks. But most of all, your best friends. When you meet that special person, you just know, isn't it true? You just know that when that connection is there. You know those moments when you both think of the same thing or speak exactly the same words at the same time? Synchronicity in action. A lovely quote that I like from Simone: chains do not hold a marriage together. It is thread, hundreds of tiny threads which sew people together through the years. Best kind of love is the kind often where you sit on a sofa together, never saying a word, and then walk away feeling like it was the best conversation you ever had. Isn't that true? That is so true sometimes, you know. And sometimes noticing that the tortoise way of life can be more rewarding than that of the hare. And with communication, things are always, always possible. A couple of your favorite quotes. You can figure out who said which. Make the most of each day. Could be your last. And the second quote is, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. You can figure out who said which. As together you look forward to the future, planning your date nights, walking, dancing, chilling at home, supporting each other, juggling work and life and having fun. GA, of course, always love and laughter included. Enjoying the lazy days and always with family and friends. And your personal message to Dylan and Eamon and TJ, Siobhan and Martin. Sorry, Siobhan, I should have you first again on this, but you're there. How Aidan and Helen want you to know how proud they both are of each of you. And they want you to know that you're always fully included and loved. And of course, for yourselves, growing more in love together as you continue as true soulmates forever. You know, commitment is not about looking for perfection in each other. Commitment is having the capacity always to forgive and forget. And commitment also is a common search for the good and the beautiful, where the independence is equal, the dependence is mutual, and the obligation is always reciprocal. And as Whitney Houston says, keep smiling, keep shining. Know you can always count on me. That's what friends are for. So by the way, you know what I'm talking about there? Yep. Before ceremony, I had a message from Pause and Storm to say congratulations. They can't believe that this day has arrived for you both. Today is your day, so treasure it forever and never forget what brought you together. This special time is just for you, a time to remember. You say, I do. And our collective wish for you guys is may the strength of the wind and the light of the sun, the softness of the rain and the mystery of the moon reach you and fill you. May beauty delight you and happiness uplift you, and may wonder fulfill you and love always surround you. May your step be steady and your arm be strong, and may your heart be peaceful and your word be true. May you seek to learn. May you learn to live. May you live to love, and may you love always. Together, hand in hand, expressing your total love and commitment to each other. Traveling the same road on your journey of life with all its adventures and being wiser with your best friend. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's good. I would like to, Siobhan, I'd like to invite you forward. Siobhan is going to read. You can use this if you like, or you can write in your head.
On the third day, there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus also was invited to the wedding with his disciples. When the wine ran out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no more wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does this have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now there were 6 stone water jars there for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water." And they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the feast." So they took it. When the master of the feast tasted the water, now become wine, and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn it knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and when people have drunk freely, then they drink the poor wine. But you have kept the good wine until now." This, the first of his signs, Jesus did at Cana in Galilee, and manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him.
Thank you. I think a round of applause for Siobhan. That was beautiful. You know, it doesn't matter how many people are in a group like this, to split up when you read like that. Oh, thank you. Martin, I'm going to move over. Now, I think you've been sitting for long enough. We'll get to sit again later. So would you like to come up and join me here at the front while we get to the central part of the ceremony? Okay, so Aidan, I'm going to invite you to stand over here. Martin, could I put this to the side? Yeah, please, if that would be okay. Maybe over. Yeah. So, I'm going to invite you to stand. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, guys. We're good? Excellent. Okay, we're coming to at the central part of our ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, and this is all about the marriage. Marriage is a voluntary and full commitment of two people to each other. This union expands you as individuals, defines you as a couple, and deepens your love for one another. And to be successful, you will enjoy strength, courage, patience, and a really good sense of humor. You have known each other from first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, yes, you decided to marry. And from that moment of yes to this moment of yes, you've been making commitments in an informal way. Remember all those conversations in the car or over a meal or during long walks? All those conversations that began with, well, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. All those late night talks that included someday, somehow. And maybe on all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. Now, all these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. And the vows we're about to make in a few minutes are a way of saying to one another, you know, all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed, well, I meant every word. You need to look at each other now when I said that. Just remembering the moment in time. Because before this moment, you've been many things to each other: acquaintance, friend, companion, even teacher, for you have learned many things together. Today, Helen and Aidan, you are surrounded by special people in your lives who are gathered to witness your exchange of vows and to share the joy of this day. Let this be a statement of your commitment and love for each other and the commitment of marriage for which you're about to take. For today is the continuation of the rest of your lives together. A partnership to create a richer existence, abundant in all that is good. And now we come to the declarations. I have a few questions. I'm sorry about this, folks, but I have some questions. Helen, are you here of your own free will? Phew. Helen, do you hereby declare that there is no legal impediment or reason why you cannot be married here today? No. She said no reason. Aidan, are you here of your own free will today? Thank you. And Aidan, do you hereby declare that there is no legal impediment or reason that why you cannot be married here today? Perfect. Now, I have a lovely piece of rose quartz crystal here that I'm going to, Aidan, I'm going to put it into your hand if I may. And I'm going to invite you to put your hand over this. And this is a crystal of love. It's known as the love stone. And I'm giving it to you as a gift today as an oathing stone, that may your vows be set in stone. I also invite you to take this home with you and put it in a nice place that you'll see it every so often. And remember that this was your oathing stone on the day that you actually said your vows. You're welcome. Aidan Kenny, do you take Helen as your wife? Do you promise to be true to her in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health? And do you promise to love and honor her all the days of your life? Thank you. Helen Carr, do you take Aidan as your husband? Do you promise to be true to him in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health? And do you promise to love and honor Aidan all the days of your life? Thank you. Now, we are going to include the hand fasting ceremony here at this stage. And this is where we have, you know the phrase, ladies and gentlemen, tying the knot? This is where the actual tying the knot, the phrase actually came from. And it was actually the wedding ceremony in Ireland for forever. So we have a few different colored ribbons. I'm going to invite TJ forward, Martin forward, Siobhan forward, Dylan forward, and Eamon forward. Now, who am I going? Dylan. Dylan is blue. What are you going to do? go. You're down to that one. Eamon is navy. Where's Eamon? Here we go. Thank you. Up to the tops. Here we go. Ah, but Wexford isn't out on this. TJ. TJ is purple. Siobhan is green. And last but not least, Martin is gold. Okay. Now, the mic might be a little bit, because we'll have to come in here on this. So I'm going to put it again over these two hands. So I'm going to invite you to, maybe just for this part. Yeah, please. Just take this for one moment to show you what we're doing. So, okay, Dylan is first with blue. And blue representing communication, peace, tranquility, and trust. Really, really beautiful. Eamon is next with the navy. So we're starting from the front and going back over. Yep. Great. And this navy is all about calmness, steadiness, communication. And my question is, will you always have each other's back? TJ is next, and he's representing purple. And purple is all about courage, strength, power, and confidence. That's it. Perfect. 100%. Aidan and Helen, will you always see the brightness in life? Yes. Brilliant. Siobhan. Siobhan is representing the green, and green is all about prosperity, cooperation, and healing. And Helen and Aidan, will you always enjoy much laughter together? And Martin, last but not least. The gold represents energy, richness, wealth, and intelligence. And Helen and Aidan, will you always honor each other? Now, also, I have to say at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, that we have the Dublin colours and we have the Wexford colours. And Siobhan presents the Irish connection. So thank you very, very much, folks. I would invite you to sit down. Good? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to invite you to do the vows after me. No, not at all. I just forget it. It's there, you know. That's a good one. I, Aidan Kenny, take you, Helen Carr, to be my wife and continue to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. We're looking at her now. Hold on. I promise to love and honor and cherish you for the rest of my life. Cherish you for the rest of my life. Lovely. Beautiful. Now look deeply into his eyes and repeat after me. I, Helen Carr, take you, Aidan Kenny, to be my husband and continue to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. You're doing good. Yeah, just take a deep breath. I promise to love and honor and cherish you for the rest of my life. Beautiful. Just bear with me a moment. Now, we have personal vows as well. Who'd like to go first? Okay, you, with your free hand, you're holding it there on that.
Together we will face all of life's experiences to share one of our dreams and goals. I promise I will be your equal partner in loving honest relationship and to serve for as long as we both shall live. Today I am proud to stand beside you as your share.
Aidan, today I've come to marry you. You are also my best friend, my other half, my rock. I promise to laugh with you, cry with you, and to kiss you many times a day. I promise to never take score, even when I'm totally winning. I promise to always admire your strong, kind, and determined heart. I'm not promising our lives ahead will be easy, but nothing worthwhile is. I will be there to support you, comfort you when you are in pain, be your sunshine when darkness falls, and to tell you I love you morning, noon, and night. So let's say I do and walk our path together.
And you know, I think that's what you want to close it. That's what you call sharing is caring, isn't it? You know, absolutely. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love, that hold yours on your wedding day. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as you build your future together. And these are the hands that will passionately love you and care for you throughout the years. And lastly, these are the hands that, even when wrinkled with age, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch from these hands. I want you to look at each other. Let's stop time for a moment and just let all this thing. Now, just making sure I have all of them there. Okay. And on that point, I'm actually tying the knot. I'm going to invite you to take your hands away from apart. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, the knot is tied. The knot is tied. That's a big round of applause. I've been gazumped again because we did it with the memory candle. I was going to invite you guys to give each other a really good hug and whisper your precious vows in that moment while I chat to everybody else here. Go ahead, do what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, you're all very, very much a huge part in Helen and Aidan's life. I actually have two questions, but the answer is you do, right? Do you promise to always love and support Helen and Aidan? Do you also promise to encourage their dreams and relieve them of their fears and offer them advice? Yeah, definitely is. Definitely is. Thank you. Okay, folks. Now, we're now going to do the giving and the receiving of the rings. I was doing my accounting on that. The giving and receiving of the rings. Your wedding ring has no beginning and it has no end. Your rings are a precious metal and they are made more precious by you wearing them. Helen, your ring today is really, really precious, extra precious, because your ring today is actually a combination of your mom's eternity ring and your new wedding ring. And It's really beautiful. It's very, very stunning. Your wedding rings are a circle and it's a symbol of never-ending love. May your rings be blessed with air for hope and dreams, with fire for the spark of love, for water for harmony and healing, and earth for strength. So I'm going to invite Joe. And Joe, you're going to take Helen's ring and you're going to give it to Aidan, please. And before you put the ring on Helen's finger, I want you to look deep into her eyes. This is a momentous moment. Yeah, real deep into this. But this is a momentous moment for you both. And even if we put on the wrong finger, don't worry about that. We can resort that. We can resort all of that, you know. But I invite you to say the words after me. Helen, I give you this ring with all my love. You can put it on her finger. It's on. Absolutely. Helen, I'm going to invite you to take Aidan's ring. Thank you. I'll just take that back. Isn't it? Absolutely. So I'm going to invite you to put the ring on Aidan's finger, but before you do, looking deep into his eyes and just remembering and actually noting what we're actually doing on this, and remembering or repeating after me the words, Aidan, I give you this ring with all my love. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to get you to read this facing everybody. So if you do it out there, you're going to read this together. Beautiful. And a little bit of Irish wisdom coming in, excuse me, for you both, a little bit of Celtic wisdom. Laughter to kiss your lips, beauty for your eyes to see, sunsets to warm your heart, and rainbows to follow the clouds. Always smiles, hugs too, confidence when in doubt, patience and courage to know oneself, and always love to complete you. Aidan and Helen, you have now sealed your intention with your vows by the giving and the receiving of rings, and you have now made your pledge to commit to one another in marriage. Thank you very much, Joe. You guys stay where you are for a moment. I have roses here, and roses are beautiful. Guys, you're nearly off the red carpet there. Come back into the middle. Roses are a beautiful symbol of love. So I'm just giving one to you. I'm giving one to you. They're a beautiful symbol of love. And I'm going to invite you to gift each other this. So you will be giving your rose to Aidan and vice versa in a moment, And my one ask from this is that in actual fact, for every anniversary, 15th of May, that you will bring a red rose to each other. Yeah, that's my one ask. So I'm going to invite you to give the rose and you can say something nice. We don't need to hear it. Let the eyes talk. Sometimes they say the eyes can tell a million stories, can't they? And this is your first gift to each other as a married couple. Now, I'll put them back on the table for you, and I'm going to invite you to sit down. All right? I don't know if you got that sign there. I heard. So we now have, you've just had your first gift together. So now we're actually going to have your first drink together. So Joe, can I invite you to give me a hand here with this? What I actually have here is a beautiful, call it the loving cup. And this is two handles. This is where you both hold a handle each, and you hold it for each other. Say, your first drink together. All right? So I'm going to, I've decanted the wine. Yeah.
It's not for you.
There'll be more for you all later on. And I will invite you to give it. This is a tradition dating way back to the 15th century, where couples always toasted each other with the ceremonial live cock. This is your first drink together. And you know, this is about toast from all of us to you, is a health to you, and wealth to you. All the best that life can give you, and may fortune be kind to you, and happiness be true to you. And life be long and good, and this is our toast. And on that, we got our 25 children, which is going to be
A marriage is a promise hearts gladly make, a promise to be tender, to help, to give and take. A marriage is a promise to be kind and understanding, to be thoughtful and considerate, fair and undemanding. A marriage is a promise to share one life together, a love-filled promise meant to be kept lovingly forever.
a round of applause for Kim. That's beautiful. Oh, did you get a drink yet? Okay. I think they've stopped long enough now, haven't they? We need to get them on. We need to get them on the move again. Finished. We're going to light your unity, your wedding candle. Now at this stage, here we are. We're going to light your wedding candle. And as you arrived today in marriage, you came as two people, but in marriage now you are one. And as you light from the single candles, as you light your wedding candle, this is about closing the personal chapters in your individual books of life and commencing your new chapter as you commence to write your book of life as husband and wife. So I'm going to invite you to come behind the table. So if you maybe come over this direction, you come around on this way. Okay. This is your candle. Aidan, I think it's your candle. Isn't that right, folks? Representing the family. Yeah. Okay. You're going to light from this candle. You're going to take a light from this candle. Yeah. Then go ahead and light it. And music there. And you can actually get in when the little, yeah. You're lighting together. Oh, so beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I need your help as well. We're going to do a little bit of moving. Maybe, would you be able to give me a hand with this, please? Just bear with me a moment, folks. Yeah, fine. And we're going to bring this table forward. So we're going to do the signing. I will invite you to write it down. Joe and Anne. Come forward as well. So, okay.
Forever seems like a long time.
Sorry, I'm not giving you
I
feel like I'm walking on walls. The day that I slow down. Would you like to let go and start? So give me your blessings, son. I'll give for all that you've done. Doesn't look like much, but it sure feels like a lot. Take my hand, follow me.
I'm very particular as to what line to sign, so it's not, I'm not being overly.
Never really known but whatever it is, I feel it in your walking like somebody planned it. I feel like
I'm going to invite you back to sit down. I'm going to invite you back to repeat. We're on her right. Yeah. I know I always believe the guy should be on the right side, always minding his girl. I'm a bit old-fashioned maybe on that one, but I do stand by that. Your wedding day is one that seems to fly. It's a day filled with emotion and rings and friends and dances. Many people, I'm sure here, remember their own wedding day and how it flew. And even though you want it to literally put pause on it every so often, it still goes by very fast. So I want you to look at each other. This is the last time with me today that we'll actually freeze time and just really take in this beautiful space, all these beautiful people, Emma doing amazing work here in the background, and just let it sink into your hearts, looking at each other and looking around. Yeah. Let that feeling just really, and for everybody else here, let it register in your hearts. It's a big, big day. It's a big day. John Lennon once said, "A dream you dream alone is only a dream, but a dream you dream together, now that's reality." It is by love that your marriage celebrates. Look at the road that you have traveled to reach this hour of your happiness. The adventure has just begun. You have joined family and friends, you have exchanged rings, you've made your vows, you've sealed these with love, joy, and commitment. It is now that I, Antoinette Coleman Kelly, in accordance with the Marriage Act of Ireland, do solemnize your marriage, and it therefore gives me the greatest pleasure to say the words you've all been waiting to hear today. With the authority vested in me by the state, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Aidan, yeah. Aidan, you can kiss your beautiful wife.
I beat you to it.
You did, yeah. But we can do it again. We'll do it again, all right? There's a fabulous quote by J.R. Tolkien, and those of you who know Tolkien will love this one. And he took her in his arms and kissed her under the sunlit sky. And he cared not that they stood high upon the walls, in sight of many. Go now and thread the path of life hand in hand as husband and wife, and always best friends. But just before you go, a broom. And I'm sure you wonder, what am I doing with a broom? This is a very fancy broom. And this is what we call jumping the broom, but in this case, we're actually stepping over the broom. No, because I reckon the bride is always in heels, and because I would be stepping over it. But what I could do is,
go under it.
No, we also going to. And I could actually, I could go higher or I could go lower. But I think it's so wonderful. And I'm going to invite you to step
Together.
together. This is going from your single life into your married life together. As husband and wife. It is my pleasure to present to you all the most recently married couple in this space. Happy couple, Aidan and Helen. Mr. and Miss Kenny, congratulations. Now, hold on a moment. We're not walking yet. No, you stay where you are. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to follow along. Okay?